Look at this map. It looks normal at first glance. Countries, borders, mountain ranges. But hidden beneath this familiar surface is a deadly trap that defines the fate of the world's second largest economy. If we zoom in here, you'll see rugged mountain ranges, harsh deserts, and sparse coastlines creating invisible walls around China. This raw geography is the ultimate villain, restricting China's ambitions and shaping every strategic move it makes. Today, we unravel the hidden map that defines China's fate. China's geography is a complex puzzle, a mix of natural defenses and constraints that influence every economic and military strategy. To the west and southwest, the towering Himalayan mountain range forms an almost impenetrable buffer zone between China and South Asia. This range is not just a physical obstacle, but a strategic challenge, preventing easy expansion or access. Moving north, the vast Gobi Desert and the Altai Mountains create another layer of isolation that limits movement and trade. If we zoom in on the eastern seaboard, China's coastline might seem advantageous, but look closely, only a handful of deep water ports exist, controlling access to global trade routes through narrow choke points like the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea. These natural choke points give adversaries potential leverage in future conflicts. China's interior has vast population centers, but limited access to the sea and natural resources, creating a demographic pressure cooker and complicating logistics. Harsh geography here is no friend. It is a formidable adversary drawn on the map that dictates China's limitations and vulnerabilities. Understanding geography as the enemy, China has adjusted its strategic chessboard extensively. Its Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, is a masterstroke aimed at circumventing geographic limits by building artificial trade routes, road, rail, and maritime corridors, linking neighbor countries as buffer zones that soften natural barriers. Militarily, China invests heavily in controlling choke points, such as the South China Sea, constructing artificial islands to project power and secure maritime lanes crucial to its GDP growth. Within its borders, large infrastructure projects like the Qinghai-Tibet Railway breach the mountain barriers, facilitating troop movement and resource transfer. Diplomatically, China forms strategic partnerships with countries in Central Asia, seeking to stabilize buffer regions and secure energy corridors. However, none of these efforts eliminate the original geography. They strategically adapt and mitigate risk, yet the natural map beneath remains a constant and unforgiving player shaping all outcomes. Looking 10 years ahead, China's fate will closely follow this hidden geographical map. Rising GDP and shifting demographics will pressure China to secure new resource corridors and safe trade routes. The buffer zones in Central and South Asia will become geopolitical flashpoints as competing powers challenge China's influence. Control over choke points like the Taiwan Strait will intensify into a high-stakes strategic contest, potentially risking conflict in these critical lines of global trade. Infrastructure advancements will continue, but they will not fully overcome harsh geography. Natural choke points and demographic pressures persist. Ultimately, China must balance aggressive expansion and strategic defense against these invisible barriers drawn on its map. Countries watching this carefully must consider that China's rise is as much defined by what lies on its map as by what lies in its ambitions. This hidden map dictates China's fate, an unforgiving geography shaping every strategic decision. Understanding this map is crucial for anyone watching global power dynamics unfold. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, keep your eyes on these natural choke points, buffer zones, and trade routes that define the future of China and the world. Subscribe for more strategic deep dives where geography meets power.